As I have always said, I am not trying to convince anyone of anything. If you agree with me, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too.
That's not quite true though, is it, Mike? In February 2023, Mike Williams, Sage of Quay, submitted false copyright claims to YouTube against all of my videos. This was the third time that Williams had submitted false copyright claims, so my channel was taken down completely. A manual process by YouTube to avoid any legal dispute involving YouTube itself until a resolution between the two parties has been found. But going back to the beginning, the previous year in September 2022, Mike Williams submitted his first false copyright claim against my timeline video part 3, and the video was taken down as per YouTube's manual process. This was covered in my censored video. Mike also submitted a false privacy complaint to YouTube, and on the 9th of the 11th sent me an email which included the serious accusation of doxing. This was concerning the screenshot of Mike's hypnotherapy website. My screenshot of Mike's website could hardly be described as the publishing of private information with malicious intent, when his website was available for anyone to access, and I had even been courteous enough to blank out his phone number. Mike also kindly informed me that my screenshot, my screen capture, violates YouTube's privacy policy, which is complete nonsense. In his email to me, Mike continued his attempt to intimidate by informing me that he would take a look at my other videos and take the appropriate action if necessary. He did not simply say that he would submit further copyright claims. Typically of neuro-linguistic programming, and specifically with Mike's use of it, this statement is non-specific. It's ambiguous. His statement was evidently designed for me to extrapolate that Mike's appropriate action would be of a much more serious nature than just a copyright claim. Mike then continued to tell me that he will make a short video explaining how he will deal with the use of his material by other channels. That video in question had Mike informing his audience, or rather, I should say, informing me, that he would take legal action against anyone using his material. Unfortunately, Mike deleted his video the very next day, before I had the opportunity to download it for reference. And no surprise, Mike failed to respond to my invitation to have a live discussion concerning his work, his research, his findings. A complainant is granted 10 to 14 days to respond to YouTube with evidence that they have taken court action. Obviously, my videos fall firmly within the Fair Use Act, and the Digital Millennium Copyright Act states clearly that complainants must consider fair use before submitting copyright claims. So, naturally, my video was reinstated. And of course, I heard nothing from YouTube concerning Mike's bogus privacy complaint. Not to be deterred though, just 1 month later in October, Mike Williams submitted another fraudulent copyright claim against my Timeline Part 4 video, and that video was taken down for 10 days before being reinstated in accordance with the law. Not to be deterred though, and despite the fact that false copyright claims can incur severe penalties, including damages and attorney fees, 4 months later, Mike Williams again submitted false copyright claims, this time against all of my videos, which is when my entire channel was taken down. Again, with those claims being completely and very obviously false, within 2 weeks my channel with all of my videos was restored. given the way Mike Williams interacts with his detractors with such erudite prose, his censoring and threats against me came as no surprise at all. My only disappointment was that Mike Williams must have assumed that I would be the same as many of his followers and just accept his words at face value. Insulting, to say the least. Being very well aware of my legal rights, I would like to add that, indeed, I did have a great day. Thanks anyway, Mike. As mentioned in my strike number 2 video, Mike's actions speak volumes about someone who tries so hard to convince us that he is a truther who very often claims to have been the victim of censorship himself. Needless to say, anyone attempting to silence someone else who feels so threatened that they resort to intimidation tactics and censoring is a very strong indication that that person is not honest and that their ideas do not hold up to scrutiny.
Williams? I don't know who you think you are. I don't know what you want. But I have a particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a few years now. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you stop spreading your blatant lies and disinformation, that'll be the end of it. If you don't, I will look for those videos. I will find them. And I will respond to them.